So, how much can you really learn from just a handful of words? Well, today we're taking on a pretty unique challenge. We're going to build an entire analysis from almost nothing. We're going to deconstruct a single title and see what kind of blueprint is hidden right there in plain sight.
And this is it. This is our entire source material for today. 5 little words. I know, it looks deceptively simple, right? But believe it or not, hidden inside this short phrase is the entire plan for a massive cultural event.
So the big question is, what do these words actually tell us? Well, it turns out they reveal pretty much everything we need to know about the event's identity, its purpose, and its place in the world. That's because a title, especially one like this, isn't just a label. You gotta think of it more like a blueprint. It's this super compressed piece of information that's designed to communicate a huge amount of context in just a few seconds. Here's a good way to look at it. Every single word is a piece of the event's DNA. And for our purposes today, we're basically going to be forensic analysts. We're going to isolate each piece, put it under the microscope, and see what it reveals about the whole.
So let's start with the biggest, most obvious piece of that DNA, the name itself, Academy Awards. These 2 words are doing some incredible heavy lifting here.
I mean, think about it. Without knowing a single movie or a single nominee, the name Academy Awards immediately tells you this is a major cultural institution. It's a brand that has come to mean the absolute pinnacle of achievement in a huge global industry.
And what's really fascinating is how that brand power is built on stuff that's just implied. The name alone screams prestige. It hints at a long and storied history. It sets the benchmark for the entire industry, and it just promises this unbelievable standard of excellence. All of that is packed into just 2 words. Pretty amazing.
Okay, so from the name, let's zoom in on the number, 98th. This isn't just a number to tell you what year it is. No, this is a profound statement about legacy and, maybe more importantly, about endurance.
See, the crucial point here is that this event isn't new. It isn't some experiment. It is explicitly telling you that it's the next link in a very, very long chain. This is an institution that is literally built on almost a century of history.
I mean, just let that number sink in for a second. 98. It's not the second time they're doing this. It's not the 15th. It's the 98th. That number is there for one reason: to communicate stability, tradition, and a track record that is almost unparalleled. And this really shows you that continuity perfectly. This event is the direct successor to 97 others that came before it. That timeline doesn't just suggest history, it guarantees a foundation of tradition and established practice.
All right, finally, let's look at those last 2 words, award ceremony. Now, the choice of the word ceremony is so deliberate, and it tells us everything about the event's intended tone and its purpose.
Because what this is telling us is that this isn't just a show or a broadcast. It's being framed as a ritual. A ceremony implies a certain level of seriousness, of tradition, of respect that, let's be honest, the word show just doesn't carry. And that distinction is absolutely crucial. A TV show? That's for an audience. Its main focus is entertainment, and you judge it on ratings. But a ceremony is for the participants. The focus shifts to honor, and its success is judged on its gravitas. It's a tradition, not just another broadcast. Okay, so let's put all of our pieces back together. What have we actually learned by breaking down this simple title? Well, we've essentially read the blueprint for a future event by understanding the DNA of its past. It all boils down to this really simple but powerful formula. You take the name, which establishes the prestige, you add the number, which guarantees a deep, deep history. You define the format as a ritual, a ceremony. And what do you get when you put it all together? You get an enduring institution. So what does this all mean? The title 98th Academy Awards Award Ceremony is describing a future event that is defined almost entirely by its past. Its whole identity, its prestige, its importance, its very nature, all of it comes from the 97 ceremonies that came before it. And, that leaves us with one last fascinating question to think about. When an institution is carrying the weight of almost a century of history on its shoulders, what in the world does it take to write the story of year 99? That's something to chew on.